Hey guys, I'm back at it again. It's been a while. I took some time off. The last format was pretty rough, so I just was decided like not to really just take a break from playing, and I wasn't really just really liking Yu-Gi-Oh at the time. But now, like with the new ban list, I've been playing around a bit, doing pretty well at locals and online, and yeah, the format's a lot healthier. Like tier laments is gone, and uh, yeah, it feels a lot more easier to play the game now because a lot of the broken shit is kind of gone. Like in the last 3 years, this was probably the only format where I was just like fuck this stuff. I don't want to play. I'm not having fun. Heroes doesn't feel that good. Like it just like there's just too much stacked up where I just just gate. It's a tier zero format. There's a reason why it's like that because no matter what you do, like you have to literally draw the nuts and you have to like kind of um, brick almost like on all sense for you to actually be able to win against them. And yeah, so I took a break and retooled my deck with this format, which there is a really top meta deck right now with Cash Tira, but I find that with the build I have right now, I'm winning a lot against them, and even with the rest of the meta, I feel the way I've structured this deck right now, it's in a good place. And in regards, we also have some hero support coming in I think early March. So I'm definitely going to get that support as well too to accommodate for the changes for the deck. But yeah, without further ado, let's just get to the deck profile. So I'll just do the how I kind of normally do it before the main deck, and then extra deck, and then the side. So to start off with, we play two Stratos. So I like it at two. Some people play three. Some people even play one, but I feel like two is a good number just because Hero Lives is at three. And yeah, like I feel like Stratos at two, like you can get one. Most of the time, you try to go for your ad, and then for the secondary kind of effect, you like to go for pop in their back row, which sometimes and a lot of times I do in the same turn. So it's kind of good to have two in that regard. I play one Shadow Mist. This is one thing I've been kind of going back and forth a bit, but because I want to accommodate for deck space, I feel like one is okay with what I do. Like it's not so detrimental, and even if I draw the one Mist, I'm still able to use this effect from like going to a Vision Hero combo, dumping Mali, and then cross crusadering it into like being able to use it. So it's not really dead. And then also like if I do draw it or use it, I'm able to like shuffle it back with EN shuffle. So just with deck space, I feel like ideally I would like to play two, but the thing is there's just too much in the main deck that I need to play and prioritize and that's why I had to sacrifice one of the mists. But I feel like it doesn't hinder me too much. If anything, like a lot of times I don't like to draw multiples of Shadow Mist because I find that's kind of a brick. So to also like cure that, you're able to like like you're able to have it in your deck for most of the time, and then you'd be able to use a Hero Lives or even kind of Fusion Destiny plays if you need to with it, just to kind of turbo out the mist, so you can get the mass change. But yeah, that's just my reasoning behind it, and it's been doing pretty good, surprisingly. I play the one Liquid. So Liquid is like pretty much, I think it's been like a year and a half. It's kind of taken over Solid Soldier's spot. It's really good for getting your mist from the grave when it's normaled, and it's also good for your draw to discard one. So it's a staple in the deck. So something different I play in my deck that will probably be evolved a bit more when we get new support is I play also Spirit of Neos, and now I also included the vanilla elemental hero Neos. The reasoning why I do that is because with Spirit of Neos' effect, when you special summon from your hand, and then you get to add the end shuffle which I have in the deck, you're also able to tag out this card into this card. And then a lot of times what I normally do is I'll have the end shuffle engrave after I do the tag out, or I'll just use the end shuffle on another like elemental hero that I have on the field, so I can get into the grave, and then I get the Neos in the grave by linking, and then I'm able to use end shuffle's effect, which I'll talk about later. And it comes up with elemental heroes, so like a lot of times I'm able to like plus even more. But this is the reason why I play it, and also like I find that it's good to have hero bodies in your hands, because like if you need to go for I found that when I was going for like 18, 17 monsters, and a lot of them were predominantly heroes, I was running out of names, and sometimes I wouldn't even have hero fodder in order to go to my Varus combos. So I found that upping the monster count and even playing a vanilla, it comes up. Like you're able to like go into your plays. And actually I also play numerous actually another DPE. So I'm able to use this as a material too, which is also another way of getting into the grave, so I can use the end shuffle effect. So that's the reasoning I play that. So we play the typical Vision Hero Forest package. 2, we play 1, and then we play the 2 Vions. So that's pretty standard. Not going to change that. Sometimes, yeah, like sometimes having the 1 increase in hand does hurt, but a lot of times I do have a lot of gas in this deck that makes me able to play through those somewhat brick hands. And then go into the Destiny Heroes. So we play 1 Denier, 2 Malicious. We play the Dark Angel. The Dark Angel is actually really good this format because Cash like really gets hurt hard by it, especially because they have a lot of spells in their deck. So definitely that's something I kind of turbo a lot. It's like if I have my DP, Dark Law, and Dark Angel play, I usually try to go for that if I have it, because a lot of people are playing Kashtira, and most often than not, that'll probably stop your opponent's play and from playing further. We also play Plasma. Plasma is also really good against Cash as well, so another good option. I also play like D-Force as well, so that kind of helps that as well. We play 1 Crosskeeper, so I kind of like this as well too. A lot of times I usually get this in my hand, or I search with Rhoda, or I get into or I draw it through the liquid play, and yeah, it definitely comes up. There's times where I very often go +4, discard and shuffle 1 back, and then also there's other times where I actually can go +5. But we'll get into that later as the deck profile proceeds. So definitely a really good card. It's a good extender too, where you can you can use this to kind of special the Spirit of Neos in your hand. Spirit of Neos, you add the elemental the end shuffle, and then you tag it out for the Neos, and then you have all your plays and all that. So you just, and then you can have this in your graveyard, and then if you go into elemental hero fusion, you can get the draw 2, and then shuffle 1, and then when you have the end shuffle in your grave, you can get another additional draw as well. So, and I'll talk about that later once we get into that. So you can go even +3, and that's just with this and Spirit of Neos in your hand. We play 2 Ash Blossoms. Ash Blossoms is really, I think it's really good this format because you're seeing a lot of branded Despia, I think Bestial. That's the deck that they play. And this card is actually kind of good against another meta choice that people are playing right now. It's Book of Eclipse, because actually, like, not a lot of people read, in Yu-Gi-Oh! If you actually ash the Book of Eclipse, because there's an effect at the end that says you get to draw cards up to the amount that are booked. They don't, they're not, it negates the whole Book of Eclipse effect. So you're able to, because everyone's gonna be playing Book of Eclipse now because it's a hard counter to Keshtira. That also hurts our deck as well too. So that kind of comes up. So now after the spells, we play 3 Hero Lives, pretty standard, basic stuff. 3 Fusion Destiny. You gotta play 3 because it's at 3. 3 Mass Change. Oh yeah, by the way, I got these cool Amanda LaPalm hero sleeves. So I've been waiting. It took me about 4 or 5 months to get these, but I'm happy I finally got them because they look awesome and couldn't have come at better timing because I got them like right when the ban list came. So perfect timing to start playing Yu-Gi-Oh again. Play 1 Rhoda, play 1 Foolish Burial, 1 Poly, 1 Miracle. These are all like one ofs that you should normally play. We play 1 End Shuffle. Thinking about bumping this up to 2, but yeah, like this really comes up, especially when your Stratos or something gets ashed. You're able to use this and still continue with your plays. And again, if you have Elemental Hero Neos in the grave, and then you're able to banish this from the grave, shuffle back the Neos into your deck, and you're able to get an additional draw, so draw 1. So it's also kind of good too because it kind of fixes it, kind of like continues with your grind game as well too, because your Spirit of Neos is probably shuffled in anyways because you used its effect to put the Neos in the grave, put the Neos in the field, and then you got the Neos in the grave, and then you put it back in the deck with end shuffle. So you have Spirit of Neos and what is it? The vanilla elemental hero Neos, and you're able to kind of go back again and have more names and just kind of have more of a grind. So, but at the same time, I was thinking maybe like another end shuffle might come up, but I also I found at times 2 was kind of bricky as well, but 1 seems to be working with me for now. But we'll see how the format goes. We play 1 D-Force. So this is 1 card I'm kind of iffy on because everyone's playing. They're playing Book of Eclipse. So Book of Eclipse kind of stops your plasma from having its effect because it doesn't target. But I'm finding because I play Ash in the main as well too. I'm able to Ash the Book of Eclipse, so that definitely comes up. But yeah, if I'm at a tournament or I'm starting to get kind of hurt by this and I don't have Ash, then I might swap it out for another end shuffle, and I think that might come up pretty handy. It might also be good to shuffle back more of the elemental hero Shadow Mist I only have 1 of, so I can able to reuse it again with and go into more AHL plays or something. But anyways, we play 1 Call by the Grave comes up. Speaking of Book of Eclipse, we play 2 in the main because yeah, it's a really hard counter to Kishtira, and it also I found it's actually really good against other decks as well too. So definitely comes up. You're able to actually play. I know other people are also maxing out on this in a way of they're playing Thrust, so that they're able to trigger an effect, so that they're able to kind of search the Book of Eclipse in their hand and able to use it. But yeah, it's a good card I find, and definitely really good for this format. I feel like it's a staple as well too. We also play 2 Imperm as well to round off the main because Imperm's a good card and it hits a lot of decks. So now we'll get off to the extra deck. So we play obviously 2 Darklaw. Darklaw is still a really good card, even though it doesn't really hurt the best deck in the format, I find, that much. It kind of does because you can probably hit their ads, but at the same time, they can play through it because they're kind of a shifter deck anyways. We play 1 Master Hero Blast. It's a pretty standard staple toolbox card, so it's good for halving your opponent's attack and kind of dodging imperm with your Stratos, and then kind of like spinning back row. You can never. It's never. I find it always comes up in a lot of my duels, and definitely a good staple. Master Your Acid definitely still comes up. Might cut it when we get the new support, but still remains to be seen. I still like the Acid. I find that a lot of people are playing that what is it? That Labyrinth deck, so definitely good against back row. And Eldritch is kind of a thing as well too. We play one Ab-Zero because Ab-Zero Acid combo, and also you need a target to go in your liquid plays. We play one Skiradao because it's the dark target you can play under Destiny Fusion and kind of still combo off. We play one Sunrise. Sunrise is really good. It's pretty staple in the deck now. Play one Dangerous, comes up every now and then, might cut it, but we'll see. I find that the Dark Law combo, it's not really coming up that much in this format. So, but at the same time, like I find that if you have like weird brick hands, it could still kind of come up. So for something different, we played 2 DPE in this format. So again, I found that since people are playing Bestials, they usually hit your DPE. But if you play 2, that won't really matter because you'll have another one to be able to go into. And then also I find that I'm getting 2 DPs on the board a lot. And what's better than 1 DP, 2 DPs? So like, those things are a menace, especially with a Dark Law on the board, just kind of coming back and forth, like, and just popping your opponents, not letting them get their play started, and just popping their monsters in back row. It's just it's hard to deal with 1, but dealing with 2 is definitely a tall ask. Play 1 Trinity. So Trinity, like, that might be the one that's the odd one out when we get Wake Up, but we'll see. I find that since I'm not playing Droplets anymore because it's not really good this format, like Trinity doesn't really come up that much, but it definitely can come up in a sense where if I want to clear their board, I can kind of do that. But I find that I'd rather just kind of go into a Wonder Driver Absolute Zero play, and then combo off and try to go and then clear the board and go for a game that way. But for now, I'll play it because I find that it's a better option than Bane. And Bane, I found like late into like the second last format, it was coming less and less. And now that with Bestials, it's like pretty much hard to get Bane on the board because you kind of get your Dusted banished, and then also I just hate breaking with Dark Calling. That card like was the bane of my existence. Pun intended. We play 2 Cross Crusaders, pretty standard. Play 1 Dread, and then we play the 1 Wonder Driver to round it off. Now for the side deck. So this is like different for everybody, but for me, I'm playing still 3 Exchange. So I know what's his name, my buddy Miggs from Locals. He says I put them on this, and yeah, it's something I've been playing for the last 2-3 years, and definitely stand by it. I find it's really good, and also kind of puts your opponent on tilt. So whatever thing you can kind of do to catch them off guard is the best thing to kind of do. We play Gamma Package, so 3 Gamma and 1 Driver. I find that's pretty good, especially for blowing up your. It's a good hand trap in the format. It's good against Flunder. It's good against. Even Cash, because when they do their Unicorn effect, not only does it get rid of the level 7 body that they kind of go into rank 7 plays with, it negates the effect as well too. So they go down -1, and also it's good against Sprite as well too, because not only does it negate the effect, it also gets into removes the body from the field, so they can't go into their Link and Exceed plays as much. So we play 2 Nibiru. So this is something I haven't played in a while, but I find that it's really good against Kishtira and a lot of other decks in the format, like Brandon and so on and so forth. Definitely comes up. Hate using it because it's such a card that hurts heroes, but at the same time, like you gotta do what you gotta do. At the end of the day, we play 2 Cosmic. I find that it comes up against back row. We play 2 Lightning Storm, definitely comes up, and then we also play Rivalry just in case we can pull off our Dark Angel combo, which most often than not is like an auto win when we get that on the field with Rivalry on board. So that's my deck profile. So you'll be seeing a lot of these coming forward, mainly because Tears is no more, thank God. That was such a toxic format. And, well, this is my hero deck profile. It might be changing next couple weeks because we do have some support, but I'll keep you guys posted, and I'll try to post some more content, maybe some live battles eventually, because I'll try to make more of an effort to go in